I'm not sure this is the right Sunday for someone as clumsy as me to be here at the table, but I also have a track record of probably doing things that I might be too clumsy to do. And one of those is that it's really hard for me to say no to visiting a national park. And last summer when I was in Portland, Oregon, I went to Fort Vancouver National Historic Site with my friend Ash. And we got there, I gave the ranger my pass, and my friend Ash noticed a little cup full of wooden badges and asked what they were. And I just said matter-of-factly, well, it's a junior ranger badge. Left it at it because I had gotten a lot as a kid, but the ranger could tell that that meant nothing to Ash and explained that it's a program where kids can complete activities in a park, learning about the park as they go, and then at the end, they give their little booklet to the ranger, talk about their experiences in the park, and they get a badge. Like I said, I had done this a lot as a kid, and the year before, I had done a program for adults called the Volcano Club at Lassen Volcanic National Park, and to that, the ranger, and I mentioned, hey, it's cool there was something for adults, and the ranger said, oh, we don't have an upper age limit. Would you like to do the program? And of course, my friend and I said yes, even though we're both a bit older than kids. We did the checklist, and we got this little badge. Also on the trip, we went to Mount Rainier, and of course, the first thing we did at the visitor center was ask for the book. We once again completed the activities, and we got the badge. Besides learning about parks in cool new ways, you get this nice little souvenir, so what's not to love? And so I've made it a mission that every time I go to a park since then, I get another one, which it's a really cool way to appreciate creation in so many ways. A couple of weekends ago, I was learning about rocks that were formed by volcanoes 500 million years ago, but I've also had to touch rocks that were made by eruptions in 1915, 1916. I've learned about sequoia trees that are 250 feet tall and just little lichens that are clinging on to rocks for dear life. But I will admit, I always feel a bit sheepish asking for the books because while most of the programs do say that they're open to kids of all ages, and I've heard of plenty of people from rangers that are in their 80s and their 90s who are still out there doing it, I still know it's something tailored for children. And so I'd always ask, do you allow adults to become junior rangers? And everyone always said, of course. But then when I went to Abraham Lincoln's birthplace, the ranger said, yes, and don't ever let a ranger anywhere tell you no. That was one of those moments where I just thought, that'll preach. The ranger in that moment reminded me of what the church should be like. We should be encouraging our members of all ages to always be seeking more knowledge about God and God's world, and finding new ways to love and serve God and God's creation. Those of us who attended Paul's Lenten study on Wednesday saw what the church should be like as we had to bring more and more chairs into the circle to fit everyone in. Yes, we did learn that some of the chairs in the gathering area are heavy, but we were filled with joy at how many people came to share. God calls us to always seek. God wants us to use the wisdom that we have gained through our years, while at the same time wants us to keep our childlike wonder and curiosity. As important as this is, though, I'm also well aware at how many churches say no to people who are seeking God, particularly here at Christ's table. They say, no, you can't participate because you don't believe the same way we do, or because of your race, your economic status, your gender, or because you're gay or trans. But here at this table, Christ says yes. Come, no matter who you are welcome here. You belong. This is for you. When my friend Stephanie and I were sworn as junior rangers at Sequoia National Park, I noticed the people around us in the visitor center were paying attention to the ranger asking us questions. And after we were administered the oath, everyone in the visitor center started clapping at us. Later on in that trip, the ranger that swore us in at Yosemite told us he was proud of us, and we could not contain our excitement at that comment. We practically wanted to run and skip as we walked out of the visitor center. That's the kind of joy that God feels as we come to this table. That's the kind of joy that God feels, knowing that this is a place that welcomes all. Christ welcomes all children of all ages to this table, for we are all God's children. Christ welcomes everyone. Christ welcomes you. Come to the table.